Welcome. I am Master Sergeant Hart, your narrator for today's ceremony. Please stand for the arrival of the official party and the playing of the national anthem. Room, stand up. Host. Host. At ease. Please be seated. I would like to welcome everyone and personally thank you all for supporting these airmen as they enter the next challenging phase in their career. Please feel free to come forward and take photos at any time during today's ceremony. We would now like to have our students introduce their guests. Graduates from the staff of the Payments and Equipment course will be the first to commend you on achieving your goals and arriving at this momentous occasion. This apprentice course is a 54 academic days of instruction and is divided into 3 different courses. The initial Air Force entry course is 40 days with major blocks of training in dump truck, front-end loader, compact track loader, backhoe, asphalt and concrete, pavement, and wartime contingency operations. The inter-service course is 5 days with a major block of training in greater operations. The final Air Force Unique 3 skill level awarding course is 9 days with a major block of training in multi-purpose sweeper operations, water truck, fencing, and material handling. Apprentice course students receive 18 CCAF credits on course graduation for an Associate in Applied Science and Construction Technology. Today, these airmen will not only graduate, but they will earn the right to wear the Civil Engineer Occupational Badge. The basic badge is awarded upon successful completion of technical training. At this time, class leader, Aaron Mangan, will recite the badges for all their significance.
The gear wheel and compass has been used historically to represent engineering profession, both the military and the private sector. The gear represents the essence of engineering, applying scientific principles and technology to practical ends. The gear symbolizes an element representing the built environment that meshes with weapon systems and trained personnel to enable the Air Force to perform its mission. The compass is a precision tool historically used by all engineers in designing and constructing facilities and equipment. The gear and compass together symbolize all the diverse specialties within the Air Force Civil Engineers. Finally, the wings help to portray the fundamental linkage between the engineering components, and that the built environment provided by Air Force civil engineers is the foundation supporting the Air Force missions and people.
Thank you, Airman Mangan. The time has come to officially welcome you to our family. We will now proceed with the presentation of diplomas. Class 22018, prepare to graduate.
Post.
Airman Basic Jordan Mitchell, 97th Civil Engineer Squadron, Altus Air Force Base, Oklahoma. Airman Basic Mitchell Harrison, 823rd Red Horse Squadron, Herbert Field, Florida. Airman First Class Robert Joseph, 202 Red Horse Squadron, Stark, Florida. Airman First Class Jeffrey Blake, 507 Civil Engineer Squadron, Tinker Air Force Base, Oklahoma. Airman Basic Luke Mangan, 97th Civil Engineer Squadron, Altus Air Force Base, Oklahoma. Airman First Class Eugene Meadows, 210th Red Horse Squadron, Kirtland Air Force Base, New Mexico. Airman Basic Austin Munns, 460th Civil Engineer Squadron, Buckley Air Force Base, Colorado. Airman Basic Nicholas Anelli, 97th Civil Engineer Squadron, Altus Air Force Base, Oklahoma. Airman First Class Spencer Raines, 460th Civil Engineer Squadron, Buckley Air Force Base, Colorado. Airman First Class Joshua Sutton, 202 Red Horse Squadron, Camp Landing, Florida. Airman First Class Raylan Valdez, 254th Red Horse Squadron, Northwest Field, Guam. Opposed? Let's give a round of applause to our newest Dirt Boys. Please be seated. Next, we would like to recognize the individuals who have not only earned a civil engineer badge by graduating, but additionally earned the right to wear the next higher rank. When I call your name, please stand to be recognized. Being promoted to the rank of Airman, Airman Basic Harrison. Being promoted to the rank of Airman First Class, Airman Basic Mangan, Airman Basic Mitchell, and Airman Basic Munns. Now we'll turn the floor over to Lieutenant Colonel Branco for words of inspiration.
All right, first things first. For those of you that are here with us in person or watching on Facebook here in a few minutes, thank you. Thank you for being. Most of these airmen have been doing this for many, many months. What do I mean by that? Most of these airmen left for basic military training, 7.5 weeks of that. And then they got here for 54 academic days of technical training. And the whole time, they've had family, they've had friends, they've had loved ones that have been cheering them on from afar. So for those of you in the room, thank you for being here. For those of you that are watching, my heartfelt thank you. There's another group of people, and actually you guys can sit at these things. Sorry, that's it. There's another group of people in the room that I wanted to write. I hope when you look back on this experience, you remember the good and the good. And I hope that you remember one or two of these non-commissioned officers or senior non-commissioned officers or civilians that were your instructors. I hope that you reflect on them is, man, they really taught me how to do my job. I really felt confident and competent to be an apprentice engineer. But also, they inspired me to want to be a P&E airman. It inspired me to want to be part of the culture. And maybe in a few years you'll get an email that pops up that says, hey, we're looking for a few good men and women that can be instructors that will learn. I know the thought of coming back here right now probably is not exciting, but maybe in a few years it will be. So if it's okay, why don't we as a way to say thanks to your instructors, give them a round of applause. I promise, one of you will see that email and you'll be like, yep, I'm gonna go. All right, I want to show you guys something. I grabbed it off my bookshelf before I came. So this is the badge that I earned about 18 years ago. Looks a little different than yours. Back in the old days, the design was a little different. Now it's kind of cut out in the middle, right? I remember graduating from technical training. I remember sitting in chairs kind of like that. I remember there was somebody got up and explained the heritage of the badge. I remember there was some colonel that talked. I don't remember what he said. But I do remember two things about that day. I remember the men and women who were there with me, my classmates, some of whom today remain on active duty like I did, or are in the Guard or in the Reserve today. And I remember that going through that experience with them. And I assure you, you'll remember men and women that you went through technical training, both in your class and in the other classes. The other thing I remember that day was how proud I felt to put this on my uniform. I saw Airman Mitchell a few minutes ago, and I asked him, so how did it feel to put it on your uniform? He said, relieved, because I don't have to do burpees anymore. I'm sure we'll find a reason for you to do some burpees wherever you're in that band. Okay. But I also hope that when you put this on your uniform today, and you made sure it was exactly 1/2 inch and centered on your ribbons, I know I was looking at every one of you clearly at that. I hope you realize what this really is. You're joining a family. You're joining the P&E family, the family of Dirt Boyz. You will wear dirt on your arm. You will wear the civil engineer badge on your chest. Forever. As long as you're in it. And even afterwards. And you're joining the broader civil engineer family. I feel like there's 14 or 15 Air Force specialty codes in the civil engineer family. Welcome here's some words of advice. The first thing I encourage you to do is find a staff sergeant or a senior airman who clearly knows his or her job. When you look at them, you're like, wow, an individual knows how to operate equipment. An individual has a presence about them. They carry themselves like they're a leader. And I want you to latch on. Maybe that person will be your boss by coincidence, or maybe your boss will be somebody else in the shop. But you find the one person who is clearly very good at their job, and you say to them, hey, I want to be really good too. Can you train me? And staff sergeant or senior airman will say, absolutely, because that's my job. That's the job of that non-commissioned officer, that senior airman, to take you to the next level. The other thing I encourage you to do when you get to your active duty guard or reserve base is make a name for yourself as a teammate. Somebody who's about the team. I'm sure you learned at day 1 in basic training, day 2, day 8, the entire time, the importance of teamwork. And then I think it was reinforced here. Suppose there's a single task that a PD airman does by themselves. There's not a single task that an airman, doesn't matter what area it is, does by themselves. So make your name as the person who's about the team, who will do anything to make sure that the mission happens. I think if you do those two things, you're going to succeed as an airman. And not too long from now, you'll be a 5-level PD airman training the next generation of airmen. Chief and I are very proud of you. The whole schoolhouse is proud of you. We're excited to welcome you into the family, and I wish you the very, very best of luck in your Air Force and civil engineering career. Thanks, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Branco. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join the class in the recital of the Airman's Creed, followed by the singing of the Air Force song. Crew, Van Cook.
I am an American airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American airman, guardian of freedom and justice. My nation's sword and shield, its sentry and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave an airman behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, soon to meet our thunder. And now, give them the gun, give them the gun! Down we dive, spouting our flames from under, off with one hell of a roar. We live in faith, we're down in flames. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
This concludes our graduation ceremony. I invite everyone to stay and congratulate today's graduates, beginning with Colonel Branco, Chief Nevins, instructors, and family. Thank you.